Hi, everyone. It's Betty Ray again, and I'm here to bring you day 12 of 30 Days of Happiness. Now, this has taken every single time to think about a different way at looking at life. Yesterday, I hope you did something good for yourself because today it says, I accept all that happens to me this day as a result of my choices. So I chose to do something good for myself yesterday. So today I accept the joy that it gave me. And I accept everything that happens to me this day. And anytime that there's an interruption in what you plan, anytime there's a deviation from the good that you're looking for, something happens that you could choose not to be happy about. Maybe, let's hope not. You didn't watch the news this early. But if you did and you weren't happy about it, you can choose to look at it a different way. And that is somebody else's story. Remember, every soul comes to this planet to tell a story. And today is your story. So let's look at that. Let's look at what this little book says. I am responsible for my choices this day. I choose to quit playing the blame game, for I have a choice in how I choose to laugh at my mistakes and goofs, and I choose to be at peace in each moment. I choose to look at life from a happy perspective and not to see the glass half empty, to see it half full and maybe even full today, full of joy, because you're going to look at life as something that is a gift to you, as it is. And you're going to look at life with clapping your hands and saying, thank you, God, for this moment in my life, for this moment to breathe in your divine breath, for this moment to just rejoice in being me, and give thanks again that you're here on planet Earth to explore it, to experience all the other souls who are here on the planet with you, and not to condemn them, not to judge them, nor to judge yourself, because that's an important part of happiness, is to stop judging yourself. You do the best you can with the knowledge you have in each moment in life. That's all you can do. And if some choices turn out to be, oh my God, I wish I hadn't done that, then accept that as an experience that you've had that you chalk up to your experiences in life. When you get to be in your 80s, like me, you're going to begin to appreciate each day that you have. Young people, they take it all for granted. And that's why this coronavirus has been so amazingly upsetting for people because it touches everyone, even little children. And so please take care of yourself. Love yourself enough when you go out that you wear a mask. And my dear daughter made 3 masks for me. I think I mentioned this before, but they are such a joy to put on because have a happiness about them. The bright colors, it's almost a smile that can't be seen because I've covered up my smile. But people can see it in my eyes. And when I smile at them and nod that I see them, they get a thrill of happiness because people want to be seen. You need to be seen and know that you are loved. As a total stranger, you are loved. And with that, everyone, take today to be a day that you accept what happens to you and give thanks for it. For it is your choice how to react to life. You can choose to react to it with anger, or you can choose to laugh at it and to laugh at yourself if you screwed up. It's okay. Everybody does it. And if we can laugh at ourselves, boy, we have gained just a ton of gold. It's better than a ton of gold to be able to not take yourself so seriously, to be able to say, oh, well, I can do this. I'll just pick myself up and do it again. And that's kind of like what happened with my oil painting that I showed you yesterday. I did the best that I could and put it aside and let it dry. Excuse me, it wasn't an oil painting, it was acrylics. And unfortunately, I did not want to use oil paintings in my house because it would stink up my house with the turpentine. So I used acrylics, which has no smell. Anyway, that's an aside. And I do that. I get so joyful and so happy. I'm in the moment when I'm talking about it. And so there I was painting a painting and holding my hand to brace it because my hand is not always so steady anymore. And I put it aside. And the next day I looked at it and I went, that needs to be fixed. And that, boy, that really looks bad. And so I get out the paints and the brushes and I start again and I touch it up and I fix it and I step back and I look at it and I go, that looks pretty good. And so I put it aside and I let it go for a while. And then I look at it again and I go, I need to fix that. So I get the paints out again and I fix it. Life is like that. Every day you can look at your life and you can say, I think I need to move the furniture around again. And you talk to my friends and you'll say they never know when they come to my house what it's going to look like because I'm always changing it. Well, I'm always changing it because the energy is always changing. And even when I'm here by myself, which I am most of the time, the energy still keeps moving. God's energy keeps flowing through everyone and everything. And it sometimes, like how do the paintings and how the pictures on your wall suddenly get crooked? And you kind of have to say, I think we got to straighten that up. How does that happen? Because your footsteps actually move the energy and it can shift that painting or that picture. And so we kind of have to do that for ourselves. We have to realize that sometimes we got a little bit off kilter. And that was a time when we were upset about something that we couldn't do anything about. And that's what happens when you watch the news. You can get so frustrated and so indignant that somebody did something like that, your energy just sends off this negative poof of stuff. And that contaminates your house. So it's good that you go through and you ask the angels to be there to clean it up. A cleaning that only the angels can do of energy. And you clean the energy in your own physical house. And you get rid of all of that negativity and all of that sadness or all of that frustration that things didn't go the way you want them to. You just clean house within and without because it's really a good idea to keep your house tidy and clean. The energy will feel better. And you won't even understand why, but the energy will be lifted up and you will be lifted up. In fact, when you get up in the morning, you'll feel better because the energy will feel better. And make your bed. Don't leave it unmade. Make it beautiful. Because when you walk into that bedroom and the bed is made and it looks pretty in there, you feel better. You breathe deeply and you smile. Because your home is beautiful and because you picked up the clothes that were on the floor. And sometimes you have to pick up after the kids. I remember I had 4 of them. And yes, you had to tell them to clean their rooms. And yes, you had to feed them. And that meant being in the kitchen and doing a lot of things. And particularly when you're all together now, as I know most of you are, it means tolerating one another. And it means smiling at one another, even when somebody in the house is grouchy. And it's understandable if a young person in the house is grouchy. They don't like being there. They want to be out with their friends. And yet, I hope you are keeping them home and keeping them safe. And as far as opening schools, dear ones, we are never going to be ready in time with that coronavirus still rampaging around. We can't determine because it's September that we can send kids back to school. I'm expressing what Archangel Raphael is saying. It will not be safe in September, which is only a month away. The coronavirus will not be gone. And it is important that you take time to think this through. And even if the schools open, It's your choice, parents, whether they go or not. And unless there is significant change where you can cut the class sizes in half, where you can make everyone wear some kind of a garment that they can just get rid of when they leave the school, it isn't safe. And I'm a teacher. I'm a retired teacher, but I'm a teacher. And I knew they gave me up to 30 kids in a classroom. And I taught music at one point in time, which means that when we sing, we're blowing out our breath. And when your breath goes out, it goes around to everyone. And if the coronavirus is in the room, everybody in the room is going to get it. You don't want that for your kids. Don't let some of the naysayers say, oh, it doesn't happen to young people. That's baloney. It does happen to young people. Take care. And so today, I accept that what happens with me this day is a result of my choices. And so if you do decide to send your children to school and someone gets sick, you remember, don't go into the blame game. You made the choice from the information that you had, which was the best choice that you could make. And therefore, you will accept the consequences of those choices. That's what we're talking about this day. Day 12. Here it is. Day 12. I accept all that happens to me this day as a result of my choices. You are the creator of your life, dear one. You have free will. And whatever choices you make, they are yours to accept the consequences. And sometimes other people make choices that you have to accept the consequences of their choices. But that's also part of life. You cannot control other people's choices, but you can control how you're going to react to them. So, dear friends, make this a happy day. And whatever you do this day, let it be a choice to be happy, because that's how you keep muscles of happiness. And again, we're only on day 12, so come back again at 11 o'clock again tomorrow morning. We're doing this at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time so that you can join us and ask questions. And I think we saw that there was a question from somebody. I don't know quite. Let me see if I can get it here. There's one person it looks like has asked a question. How do I get it? I'm tapping on it, but I'm not getting that person to ask a question. So email me your questions. Email me your questions before tomorrow, and I will acknowledge them. I won't tell your name. I certainly won't give away anything that is private. You can trust that. I do not give my mailing list or sell my mailing list to anyone. I wouldn't even think of doing something like that. Email me at angelbettyray@gmail.com, and it's ANGELBETTYRAE. So come back again tomorrow and find out what is another thing we can concentrate on to make this day, in spite of all that's going around in the world, make this a happy day. It is your free will to choose just that. And so goodbye for now. Have a happy day.